Nice to meet you, and welcome to ErfolghochX, Crossing Borders.
Thank you. Nice to see you today as well.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. You see, you know the picture?
Yeah, nice.
It was at our event. It was in the entrance. In the entrance.
Exactly. Yeah, nice.
Well, it's just for me. It's some kind of premiere to speak in English in a German podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Let's experiment.
Yeah. Yes. The title "Crossing Borders." Well, it's fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. And the event was amazing, and I had so much fun, and I met wonderful people, and yeah, I'm really happy I was able to join.
Oh, nice. I'm very excited to know, what did you get for information, for impulses, for what was your result for yourself?
Yeah. So, what I enjoyed a lot was the discussion about fear and how to overcome fear. And I'm quite passionate about that and what we can do. And I had this great conversation with where one was telling me that he went to Nepal and was with monks, and he did some meditation where he experienced his own death. And I found it so fascinating because everything that we are afraid of, it leads to being afraid of dying. But he told me that after he experienced dying, he is no longer afraid of it. And it really got me thinking, because people are afraid of creativity, because doing something different and doing something unique can make you different from the crowd. And in the old days, when people were different, they were often put out of the tribe and they died. And so today we are still afraid of dying. And but of course it's really different today. We don't have to be afraid of it as in the old days, that if we are different, that we could die. Because I realized it was even more clear to me at the event, being different is the most valuable thing. If you're different, you get attention from the press, and attention from the press can help you build your company. And if you're different, you're an exciting person to understand and get to know, and people are drawn to often different people. And if you look around, those who dare to be different, they are often most successful. And so it really got me thinking about what we are truly afraid of. It's our death. But if we could overcome that, it can help us be exactly who we are and follow our true success. Because success is so different. For me, it's about controlling my time and being in nature and following my dreams and being with my family and friends, and that makes me feel really successful. And for someone else, it's maybe, I don't know, traveling the world a lot more, or doing something totally different. But we have to understand what is success to me, and then to be brave enough to follow it. And this event just helped me realize it even stronger, that it's all about being brave and really realizing that we don't have to be afraid of being different, because it's the most valuable thing. And we were talking about that, and then I had a different conversation with someone else about being brave, and then I had a different conversation with someone about being different and how important it is to be unique. And then I combined it as a thought afterwards. Yeah.
Well, I think this will lead the way to success, I think.
Yeah. And it also really got me thinking about, because also on my way to this event, I was listening to a book called Digital Minimalism. And it's about that you have to understand what is valuable for you. And if it's valuable for you to be close to your family, then it's not valuable for you to spend time on social media. Then you have to create the life that you want to live. For example, only social media is on my computer, not my phone. Or now, after I read the book, I always turn my phone into focus mode. So I never get notifications on anything. I am in control. And that gives me the freedom to choose what is important to me. And focusing on minimalism, where you just focus on what is truly important to you and you remove everything else, I think it's really important for success because it helps me realize what is success to me. And then also I was thinking that because I'm focusing on slow living, where I'm slowing a lot more down and I'm giving myself more time to read books and go for a walk and really listen to myself. I think we need also that time in our lives to realize what is success to me. In the book, The Digital Minimalism, they were talking about solitude. That is so important that we have time where we are not listening to a podcast or we're not listening to music or we're not listening to friends or family or anyone. We're just alone with our thoughts. And the best part is to walk in nature. And this can really help us connect with ourselves to realize what is success to me. And yeah, I think it's the combination of those things. And then, of course, creativity is my favorite part because when you combine that with all those things, you really get to see the ideas how you can reach your success because you can create it, you can create your dream. And if you see it, you're more likely to achieve it. And then the brain helps you create the solutions. So yeah, that's what I wrote in my books after the event and what I was thinking about.
Well, I think it's great because first for yourself to find this thought in you, yeah, this is the first thing. And before our conversation, I was thinking about this, and I talked to Thomas. I don't know if you met him, Thomas Heeman.
Yeah.
Well, he had this kind of knowledge that creativity is so important for personal success.
Yeah. Wonderful.
And the combination now of his thought and yours, well, that brings even more because what we want to do is ErfolghochX wants to give an inspiration, wants to give encounters and connections.
Yes.
So our aim is that everyone gets on his own way to success. And I think what we got in this round at the event as some kind of knowledge is that to reach personal success, it is important, what you said, to overcome your fears, to find yourself in yourself, to search for what's my path, what's my way, what's my ambition, what is this what I want to pursue?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And well, I think this knowledge has to go out in the world.
Yeah.
And I think it's very, very important that ErfolghochX gives this inspiration that the fear we have isn't real. When I talked to Reinhard, he said the same. So that he had some kind of experiences where he found that the fear we have, and you said it too, the fear we have is not real. There are some kind of fears who are right, or there's war, there's very, very heavy things that can happen to you. That's a real danger. It's a real fear. I think we have to face, yes, and but there are a lot of fears who aren't real.
No, exactly.
You said the right explanation, telling us about the tribe.
Yeah.
To the tribe that we think our life is in danger. We have to leave we leave the crowd, and then everything is in danger. And well, that's not true.
No, exactly.
Being different is the right path.
Yeah. A really interesting thing is that when we face uncertainty and creativity and following our dreams, that it brings on a lot of uncertainty. There are two parts in our brain that light up. It's our prefrontal cortex, which is thinking about what could go wrong. And then it's our amygdala, which is about all the feelings in the body. So when we are facing uncertainty, the body produces stress hormone and also is always looking out like what could go wrong. But if we look at it differently, we just tell a different story. Everything is exactly the same. The only thing we do is that, oh, here's an experiment. And an experiment is always going to give me information. And when we think about it like that, it calms down the brain and the prefrontal cortex starts to look at, okay, what can I learn? And it's a really different thing. And the amygdala, instead of being stressed out, it calms it down because experiment is not going to harm us because it's always going to give us information. So just to change from thinking about, oh no, okay, this is uncertainty, but no, this is just an experiment that I'm going to do. And I'm always going to learn from it. And we can always like trick our brains. And the saying is that feel your fear and do it anyway. But I like a different way, is that feel your fear because it's just a message, but then change the feeling because we can influence how we feel. And I can go into gratitude, or I can go into being brave or whatever. I can change the feeling and I am in control of that. But at first I have to notice the message. I cannot suppress the feeling. I just notice, whoa, I'm feeling afraid. And then I talk to my brain and like, what am I afraid of? This is just an experiment. And then I can calm it down. And also feeling afraid and being excited is the exact same feeling in the body. So often I just tell my brain, oh, I'm super excited. And everything is a lot easier. So I like to work with my brain and trick it into seeing the world differently.
Yeah.
And yeah. Another thing with success is that our brain believes that we will not change much in the future. That the way I am today, I most likely will be like the rest of my life. But I will change a lot in the future. But this is just a bias in the brain. And what I like to think about is that I don't need to know the success of my life. I just need to know where do I want to go next. And then I go into that field of success to me. And after being there for a while, maybe I want to try something totally different, like do different experiments. And like I'm always growing, I'm always evolving. And success can be like so many different things throughout my life. And I like that. Just what do I want next? I don't need to think about the whole life. Just what is my next step? I feel that makes it easier for me as well.
Okay. But isn't it some kind of, general thing? Doesn't have anyone this, not has to do, but is able to do, to go this way, and it will lead to its own personal success?
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. And then it's so important to really know what is success to me. I also like to research like what have people said at the end of their lives? What do they regret? And most people regret not following their own dreams, trying to be what everyone else thought they should be, or not spending enough time with family and friends. And also what I noticed is that people regret not playing more, not having more fun. I like to learn from people that have gone the path before me. I realized, wow, okay, now is the time to play, to be exactly who I am and follow my dreams and spend time with my family. And yeah, so I also like to learn from people that have been there before and what they regret, and think about like, would I regret it? And I would regret if I would not play enough because I love playing.
Yes, it's a very good thought. It's a
I'm
very
curious, what did you learn? What did you take with you from the event?
Well, at first I was very excited, I think, and it calmed me down as I did go in me before the event, and thought about everything. How will it be, and what questions will you ask, and how will you lead through the event? I thought about it, and this calmed me, the nervous, how do you call it?
Yeah, the nervousness.
Nervousness, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
The nervousness disappeared,
Mm.
and it started, and everything went fine. I think I had some kind of confidence in myself that would be good, that everything is planned, but you can plan things. Andre said 50% of the result will be planned and 50% will not be planned. I got involved with myself,
Yeah.
telling me everything is fine, everything will arise. And Eric was a person who said, well, don't be nervous, Jörg, because it's your responsibility. Yes, it's true. But it's our responsibility. All the others, all the supporters, all the Erfolgspersonen who were there, we have also the responsibility to make it a great event. So everything went fine, I think. And
Absolutely.
Everyone was excited about what will happen here and was open for all the good ideas, impulses, conversations, encounters. There was a very good spirit. But myself, I didn't realize it during the event. I didn't realize it. But afterwards, I realized talking to others, everyone said, well, I got a lot of creative thoughts, a lot of impulses, a lot of exciting conversations and encounters. So I think the plan was fulfilled.
Yeah, perfect. That's great.
Yeah.
And what I also thought about during the event, because being in an environment like this, it's so nice to see so many people following their dreams and doing wonderful things in their lives. And it got me thinking about research that shows that courage is contagious. So if you are courageous, people around you tend to be more courageous. So it's so important to realize how we can also influence people around us by following our dreams and being ourselves, because we give them the permission to be courageous as well. And they did this research where people were put in a room and all of the people were actors except one person. And then they showed pictures on slides and people were asked to say, what color is it? And they had some slides with different colors, and then they had a picture of orange color, and all the actors had been trained to say it's red. And then the person that was not the actor was supposed to say what color it is, and the person said it's red because they were not courageous enough. But then they were put in a different setting where the actors said wrong color, where everyone said it's blue. Someone said no, it's green. And then they were put in the room again where it was red and orange. But if they had seen someone being brave enough to say the wrong answer, they were more likely to say it's orange. And it just shows how important it is to be courageous and say the wrong things and make mistakes and because we are then showing others it's okay. Like this is exactly what life is. Like it's about making mistakes. It's about doing something wrong and experiment and learn from it. And so I also found it interesting to be surrounded by people that dare to do things differently and are courageous, and that can help me become even more courageous.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Creativity, your main field,
Yes.
is very, very, very important
Yes.
for personal success. And
Absolutely.
I think we have, you and me and all the others, we have to go out in the world and tell everyone about creativity and how important it is
Exactly.
on our way to personal success.
Yes.
So, and give others an inspiration. I think about some kind of, we make this podcast here with all the Erfolgspersonen, but also the participants who were at the 18th of January, to give other people some kind of an inspiration about personal success and an inspiration about ErfolghochX. I see this as some kind of medium to go out in the world and connect others, give inspiration, and tell them the right things, and tell them that your fear is not real. And
Exactly.
go in yourself and help yourself, and we help them to be courageous and to learn more about creativity. Well, I'm very excited to do this. I want this to happen. Yeah, I want this to happen.
Yes, wonderful. Yeah, creativity, like to me, it is just like a superpower because it helps us notice things others don't see. And like we are all creative, but we can all train to become more creative. And the best way is just to practice being creative. It's just like a muscle you can train at the gym. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. To me, it's like, first of all, creativity has been described as imagination at work. First, we have to imagine what is success to me. So we have to use our imagination to realize what is it that I want to create. And then on the way there, we have to solve problems and imagine something else. And like it's a constant journey of using our creativity and it can really help us succeed. And also when we create, our body produces so many happy chemicals because it's so nice to solve a problem and find a great solution or have a great idea. So it can also be good for our health. to create. And so I recommend that people just take out a book and start creating and just use different opportunities to create. Of course, like I mentioned at the event, like life is full of challenges and problems that we can use our creativity to solve. And then as well, play around. And for example, imagine you own a company and like, what would you do? What would you create if you owned Apple or whatever company that you find exciting? And what would you create? Play around and just look around you and combine different things. What could you create if you combined a plant and a book and a computer? Like what could you create like that? And yeah, it's all about playing around and thinking like a 5-year-old. And there was this research done where children were handed a box filled with teddy bears and they were told to put another teddy bear on top of a shelf. And most young children, they just turned the box, like emptied the box and turned it around and stepped on it and put the teddy bear on top. But the older the children got, the less they realized they could use the box because the box was already occupied. Like it was filled with teddy bears. So they got so used to thinking that this box is just to have teddy bears. It's not a step, like to go up there. And like the older we get, the more we have learned, like what is this supposed to be used for? And we really need to think like a 5-year-old and be curious and take things apart. Think, what else could I use it for? And train our brain in seeing things in this way. And of course, the reason why we don't do it is because our brain is constantly saving energy because it does not want to waste energy, because if a tiger would attack me later on today, I need to have the energy for it. But of course, like there's no tiger gonna attack me. But the brain believes like I need to have this extra fuel if something unexpected is gonna happen. And going this creative way, it takes more energy. So we really have to control our brain and realize it's in our control. We are in control, not the brain. I'm gonna just work with the brain and use it to my advantage.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. What is your idea of going out with creativity on our path with ErfolghochX? What do you think? Because before creativity, I think we have to explain that creativity, well, we at first have to face our fears and then occupy with personal success. What do I want to achieve? And then the creativity. I think these things, they belong together, and we have
Yes.
to explain it again and again and again.
Yeah.
So that everyone realizes, hey, what is my personal success in life? What is my
Exactly.
ambition? What is this? What I like? What do I want to achieve? What is this? And I think we have to explain it in different ways so that everyone understands here at ErfolghochX, there's a place where I get my personal success. And here's a way to find it. What do you think about this?
Yeah. I think it's a constant journey because you always reach your new step and you're constantly evolving and you constantly need to find your courage and think about what is it that I want, because we are always changing and there's always different things I want in life. Then we need creativity to get there. And I was super excited about was when you talked about that people could come to Iceland and we could maybe create something of a journey that people like, because it's a journey to go inward. And of course, we have spectacular nature in Iceland, and to be surrounded by this amazing nature and go on a journey and be as a group, you can encourage each other to be courageous. I'm excited about those opportunities that we can actually go on a journey, maybe regularly, because we are always changing. And if we go on a trip to Iceland or whatever, like in nature, and sit around maybe a fire and talk about what we're afraid of and raise our feelings, create what we want our next step to be. Like there's so many directions people can go on when they are finding this, and we are all unique and we all need different things to realize it and practice it. And so yeah, but I think it's a constant journey. And being able to go out of your normal life where you have all those regular things going into your brain and everything is normal, exactly the same as it's more difficult to really go into that matters to you right now. But like going away and calming things down and being in nature and being in solitude and then being with a group. And I think that could really create unique things, especially like because the world is changing so fast and AI is like changing the world really fast, and we have robots and so many different things in our lives now, and we check out ourselves at the stores, and like the human connection, we need to really work with that and help each other grow through connections and be inspired by others. And so I think it's this real life connections that are super powerful.
You're the best example. You came to Germany, the Netherlands, and
Yes,
well, we can think, Birna, she knows what to talk about. She knows all about creativity. It's right. Well, you're the best example that we are on a constant journey to learn. You get knowledge about the combination fear and creativity now at the
exactly.
event.
Yes.
It's great.
Yeah. A new perspective, a new combination, and new stories, and yeah, absolutely.
Yes, and in the other way too. Yes, that it's a good idea to look into the future and, well, organize some kind of event to go to Iceland and do this what you told us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do an experiment and experience.
yeah,
Yeah,
yes, it's right.
exactly. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, we are on a path with ErfolghochX, and well, I think the next steps is also here and now to go into encounters with the Erfolgsperson in the next step to meet the person you want to meet. Who of the participants wants to meet Birna? Who wants to meet Nicole and the others in the community who were there? It's not finished. I speak to many people now and want to know about what is the next step. Will it be an event like the last one? Will it be a different event? Well, I think the analyzing process shows that we have to go now into personal encounters or group discounters, perhaps with you, with the others, and in personal and individual encounters. I think this is the next step. And well, we have thought about it for a long time ago. And here it is the next step, encounters. Yeah, inspiration was the first step. And we will continue with the podcast. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
And the next step is also encounters. Well, because you said it, there is some kind of idea which I find for my personal way through the encounters with other people.
Yes, exactly. Absolutely. I'm curious to know, what is your next step success-wise? Where are you heading? What is your dream?
Well, my dream is that everyone, mostly everyone who wants, will find his personal success and will
Yes.
follow his own way. And so this is what ErfolghochX is all about. The X, it stands for many, many new stories and the next step on your personal way of success. Well, in my imagination is that will be a fine but great and growing network that goes around the world. No?
Mm.
It's well because it already started not in a special region. It started right from the beginning with crossing borders, with viewing different things and persons, individuals, and crossing borders, not
Yeah.
lying in some kind of region, the Netherlands or Germany. Well, for
Mhm.
me, the secret is it's crossing borders, hearing different views, it's
Yes.
seeing different people. And well, my personal dream is that this will happen, that it will
Yeah.
grow, that it will grow and grow and grow.
Mm-hmm.
That's my personal
Wonderful.
dream.
Yeah. Wonderful. It's so good that you say you believe it will happen, because if we believe it, our brain wants to be correct and we're more likely to succeed. So it's really important to realize, do I believe it can happen? And if the answer is no, then you can ask yourself, like, what, like on the scale 1 to 10, like how much do I believe it will happen? And if the answer is 8, then I can ask myself, like, what do I need so it's a 10? And
Yes.
then I can, yeah, work around it and to really believe it, and then it's more likely it will happen.
Well, It's true, yes. And well, in my world, there is this dream. But
Yes.
I also realize, talking to others who are asking me this question in the right way, what is your dream? And someone like you, well, it gives me very, very inspiration and very much courageousness to follow this
Wonderful.
dream.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
for me, it's very important. This all the others who contribute to this
Yes.
thought, they help me to realize this idea.
Yes.
Thank you very much. And this step for your inspiration, for your courageousness. So, well, I believe it will come true.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, I'm glad it's helping, and likewise, thank you so much. It's been a really wonderful journey to be a part of this. Well, thank you.
Well, I think I'm excited about going the way with you, and I wish you a nice day today.
Thank you. Likewise.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Well, we will meet again, I think.
absolutely. We'll meet again.
Yes,
Hopefully,
you
I'll
can
see
say
you in Iceland again.
yes, in Iceland. And
Yeah.
also perhaps in this podcast
Yeah.
to find out what we can do to give other people advices
Yeah.
for personal success.
Yes, absolutely. And if people have questions or want to learn more about creativity, I would love to talk, for example, on LinkedIn. They can find me there. Or this is my favorite thing to talk about. So if people want to talk about creativity, I really enjoy it.
Great.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, likewise. Take care.